Hey, do you know where the wealthiest place in the earth is? Do you want to know where the wealthiest place in the earth is? Well, it's not what you think. It's not, it's not Trump's Key Largo or whatever. It's not Branson's mansions or any of that. It's not the Rockefeller estate. Nope. The wealthiest place in the earth is the graveyard. That's right, the graveyard. That's the wealthiest place in the earth. Do you want to know why? Because buried in the ground is potential. It's past lives that went to the grave without releasing their full potential. Most of them, without really ever seeing the dreams that God placed inside of them come to fruition. Why? Because they were trapped inside of stinking thinking and mindsets that held them back from living on earth as it is in heaven. The truth is, the wealthiest place in the world is the graveyard of all the people who've gone before us who were too afraid to live and to release their God-given gifts, talents, and abilities. And this is the truth. And I'm very passionate about this. You want to know why? Because in 2017, I buried my husband. And he was a brilliant man who was also conflicted and trapped in his own fear and afraid to do things, afraid to take risks. I mean, hell, he was even afraid to take us on vacations because he was always afraid, the car might break down. And, he was so trapped in limiting beliefs and a lack mindset, which is all a lie because we live in an abundant earth. God fully has resourced this land. And right now, we all have the potential already in us. He's already given us the ability to create wealth. And we can do it. And I am very, very passionate about this. I'm sick and tired of seeing people who I can just see have so much talent, but they are so trapped in fear, or they don't have the resources, or they think they don't have the resources to do something about it. But the truth is, if it's in your mind, it's possible and you can achieve it. And I'm telling you, it's not just my husband that, his brilliant mind went to the grave and all those dreams that he had that he never saw realized, right? But also, my dad passed in 2022. And then last year, my son-in-law at 34. You want to talk about heartbreaking? To see a brilliant young man die so young when, it's heartbreaking. And I'm going to tell you right now, what's even more heartbreaking is watching what happens after. Do you know how many women and men who become widows end up in such financial crisis? I mean, I experienced it myself. I'm going to just tell you right now what happened to me. Because of that, I had to make a choice. I had 3 children and I had 2 grandchildren living in my home. And when my husband died, my middle son was in college and I had to make a choice. I could not stay in that house and keep him going into school. So we had to get rid of our home because, half of the income goes. Like, this is real. My daughter last year, 3 children under the age of 11. She's 11. She has now a 7-year-old and a 5-year-old, okay? Loses her husband. She is working full-time at that time. He was working full-time at that time. She's in nursing school, and now she's lost half of her household income. Do you want to know how real that is? Do it's just not me. It's just not her. It's other people, other women, other men who end up widows. They lose more than half of their income, sometimes all of their income, if one of them's a stay-at-home parent. And I'm going to tell you right now, there ain't no help for them, okay? You got to quickly pivot and figure some things out. And I'm going to tell you, when my husband died, the one thing I said to myself was that I was not going to go to my grave not living my life fully as God intended me to live. And I got real with God and I said, listen, we must be missing something here. And he said, yeah, you're missing a lot. You just don't believe. You just don't believe in who I say you are. You don't believe in the abilities you have. You don't believe that I am the provider. You're trying to do everything in your own strength. You're not getting around the right people to help encourage you. And I'm going to tell you right now, most pastors don't get it either. They're up in the pulpits begging for bread. And it's just a mindset of lack. We do not live in lack. We live in an abundance in the kingdom. It is the land of thou shalt not want. And when you start getting your mind right and you start getting around people who get it, and you start opening your eyes and opening your understanding, there's nothing you cannot do. Your life will change. Will it take some time? Yes. But you know what? It took you a lifetime to get to where you are, right? You got to get real, and you got to get real with yourself, and you got to say, well, wait a minute. Let me get my mind right. That's all repentance is, by the way. You don't got to whip yourself. Oh, God, forgive me. No. You're already forgiven. He just wants you to change your mind, align your mind right with him, know who you are. You're a child of God. He's got your back. He's got all the resources. And if you watch some of my other videos, I talk a lot about this. You're already fully resourced. You're already got it. Don't bury your potential. Don't let fear, don't let doubt, don't let any of that BS creep into your mindset. Get a plan, make a plan, and stick with it. That's what I did. I made a plan for myself. And I said this past year, after I helped walk my daughter and my grandkids through a horrific year, it's truly heartbreaking to see. It was hard enough me burying my husband, then to see my daughter have to bury hers and my little grandchildren go through what they go through. No more. I said, no more. We're not doing this. We're not going to struggle anymore. We're going to release our full potential. We're going to go after all that God says that we can go after. And I'm telling you right now, this is what I'm fired up about. I'm going to break lack and poverty off of minds, hearts, spirits, souls, and wallets. And we all have the potential to do great things. Let's define potential. I love looking up. Who else likes looking up words in the dictionary? I do. I like to find out really what they mean. Potential is this: having or showing the capacity to become or develop into something in the future. Okay? So it's having a future, thinking ahead. As an entrepreneur, as a wealth creator, you need to reverse engineer everything. You need to look at the end. You need to see yourself successful. You need to get your belief right in yourself and your abilities. And as you start trusting and you start showing your abilities, then it starts flowing and the wealth comes into your hands. It's how it works. So you're already resourced. You already have the potential. God doesn't want you burying it in the ground. In fact, talks a lot about, we're the light of the world. Don't hide your light. Don't bury it in the ground. Don't bury your talents in the ground, right? It's, Jesus talked a lot about that. And then it's also a noun, and it says latent qualities or abilities that may be developed and led to future success or usefulness, right? It's there. It's the potentials right there. You can see it. You can taste it. You're like, let me get my mind around that and let me do something with it. Right? Let me release this idea. Let me take some steps. Let me learn something new. We all have the capacity to learn and grow and develop our abilities as wealth creators and watch our lives flourish and grow in every area. I like this one too. I didn't know this one. So looking this up, this was really cool. It's also a term in physics, and it means this: the quality determining the energy or mass in a gravitational field or a charge in an electric field, a charge in an electric field. I thought about this. Here's what I thought about. When you start releasing your full potential, when you start getting aligned in the gifts and the talents and the abilities, your God-given gifts, the way God designed you. I mean, he knit you together in your mother's womb, and it abides in you. He lives in you. What can't you do, right? When you start engaging with that truth and you start rising up in your gifts and your talents, and it's like you're charged up. You're supercharged. You get excited. I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. You can't hide your light. You can't. It's like you're just this beaming light beam. And you have the potential already inside you to do anything your little heart desires. And this is what God wants. This is what God desires. The glory of God is you and I. We're it. He's beaming. He gets so excited when we are living from our fullness, when we are living the lives that we were intended to live, abundant lives. And this includes money. Money is not evil. Money is a lever, man. You pull that lever and you can do some good in the world. I'm really excited this week because we are here. Here's another thing. I'm just really passionate about helping people develop business ideas and taking the things that they think they can't do and showing them that they can do it. I'm a professional encourager. It's what I do. God created me to do this, and he gives me the ability to call out the seeds of greatness in people. And one of the things that I do is I have a program that I promote because it helps me develop my ability to sell some of the offers and programs that I've created with the Lord. And what I'm excited about, why I love this, is because it gives anybody the ability to bring in resources to create wealth and create wealth daily, working like 2-3 hours a day. And this week, I'm so excited because this Friday, the 20th, at, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, noon Central, and 10 a.m. Pacific, we've got a webinar, and it's a free one. All our webinars are free. This one is a special one because this one is speaking to anybody who's ever desired to have their own business, who's ever desired to have freedom and create wealth from anywhere in the world with all you need is a cell phone and Wi-Fi and a small investment, okay? If you have $100, you can start a business, get a business in a box, a business that has everything to get you going. This is why I get behind this, because I'm very passionate about people having the ability to learn and develop and release their potential. If you can learn how to properly market and sell a digital product, you can take whatever idea that you have and start teaching it online. You can, whatever you're passionate about. Maybe you're passionate about poetry. Maybe you're going to teach a class on that, how to get published. I mean, whatever. You can turn anything into a digital product. That's no lie. Or you could become a coach or consultant and teach online. And you would need to learn how to market that properly, how to bring people in to listen to you. It's all part of learning how to create wealth from a digital product. So this Friday, if you've ever desired to make income, and passively, because you could set these things on automation and you could be sleeping and making money, and that is no lie. Okay, if you've ever desired to learn how you could start your own business with a cell phone and Wi-Fi. That's all you need, okay? Then you need to get in this webinar. It is free. It's for digital, we're calling it Digital Marketers for Beginners, how to start earning online with zero experience. And I'm telling you, we have people right now taking this program, and they're all ages. We've got teenagers to senior citizens. I think the oldest person is like 80 something. I don't even know. I should ask that question in our community. But this is setting you up for success. If anything, take the webinar and learn what are the things that you would need to launch your own online business, okay? Right now, there is the potential for you to create not just a little bit of money. I mean, honestly, it's your life. You can do whatever you desire to do. But right now, millionaires are doing this. Millionaires are doing this. Right now, there's about 5.5 billion people on social media. They said they can't even really properly give numbers about how many millionaires are made online today. The influencers or whatever. But you could do like a YouTube search and search how many influencers are there. That's just influencers. We're not even talking about people who are selling courses and digital products. And, that's a whole nother level. They expect that we're talking trillions of dollars over the next 5 years will be transacted. And, it used to be, they used to talk about the 1%ers in the world, the 1%ers who became millionaires. Well, that number is changing too. It's more like, I think, the 3 or 4%ers now, right? Who are becoming multimillionaires. The potential is real here, folks. If you desire to have freedom, to have financial freedom, to never have to worry about losing your home because your spouse died, or you got sick one day, or, you lost that job that you thought was security and you were living paycheck to paycheck. And now, you're 50 something years old and they don't want to hire you. I mean, this is real stuff here people are dealing with. The Bible's clear about it. In Ecclesiastes, God says to have 7 streams of income. He says, in fact, 8 is better. So if God says you should be thinking about creating wealth in different avenues, and this is an opportunity to do it within only 2 or 3 hours a day, so you could still have, this could be a side gig for you. But I'm telling you, it don't need to be a side gig. You could make a lot of money daily, create wealth daily, and only work 2 or 3 hours a day. And guess what? Then you get to have fun. Then you get to live and experience and taste and see the goodness of God, okay? Then you have resources to impact and change hearts, minds, spirits, souls, and wallets like me, right? Then you have the ability to do good and only good in the earth. So I'm excited about this because, listen, we're gonna get in there. We're gonna give you what are the fundamentals of digital marketing, help you really understand what that is, explain it simply, because a lot of people are like, what the hell is she even talking about, right? How to start making money online with zero experience. Like, how do you begin? Where do you begin? Tools, strategies, how to build an online stream from scratch. What are the tools that you need to do? I mean, honestly, like I said, if you have a phone, you can get into business. But now there's programs, there's AI, it helps you write content. I mean, you don't even know. It's a game changer out there. Anybody can do this if they're coachable and willing to learn and be curious of how to do it. And listen to me. Please, you're amazing. You're amazing. We're created in the image of God. He placed inside of you a thing, something that you think about all the time, but you always thought, I'm scared. I can't do it. Maybe one day, maybe when my kids grow up, maybe when the kids are out of the house, or maybe when we have more money. Listen to me. That's not guaranteed. There's going to be a tomorrow. Please don't let fear hold you back from living the life that God has already designed and secured for you to be successful. If, this is where your part comes in. If you're willing to have some faith in yourself, believe in yourself. You already are awesome. You already are success. You already have the ability to do it. And I would love to come alongside you and encourage you out of that fear and into the life that is exceedingly abundantly above and beyond more than you and I could ever imagine. Come in the Zoom meeting, the webinar on Friday. Put in the comments if you'd like to join me. Reach out. I'll send you the link to register. But even if you don't, really think about what I'm saying. Tomorrow is not promised to anybody. And wouldn't it be nice that you put your head down on the pillow knowing that you are living the life that you always dreamed you could live, because it is there for you if you believe. And I believe in you. Don't go to the grave with all your gifts and talents. Don't go to the grave filled with regrets, wishing you had done things. Trust me, I was a senior advisor for I don't even know how many years, 10, 12 years. I'm going to tell you, you die two ways. You die with a smile on your face, saying, I lived a great life and I lived it fully. Or you die with a whole lot of regrets. And I'm telling you, those are two different experiences, and it's really sad when you see people dying with a whole lot of regrets, wishing they should have, wishing they could have. Don't let that be you. Let's die empty. Let's give all that we have and live really, really full and have the most amazing adventures. And you know what? Part of that is creating wealth so you can have that life, so you don't have to worry, so you don't have to be stressed out. You have the ability to create wealth because God has given us the ability. He's the one who gives it. If you just ask, you receive. He's making a way for you to have an online business right now. It's an opportunity presented to you. Be curious enough to find out about it. Put in the comments, I'm curious. Hey, Lorene, I don't want to die in regret, right? I want to live this thing. So I'd love to connect with you and encourage you along the way. Anybody who comes in and joins in with me, you're not just getting this whole crazy program, but you also get me as your encourager, and I have, Zoom meetings and things like that to help you along the way. So you get even more, all right, is what I'm saying. You get even more. If you really, really don't even want to wait till Friday, I do have links in my bio, links in the comments. Go to wealthcreatordaily.com. Click it on there. I'll send you a blueprint now, which will help you start understanding digital products, how you can learn how to earn passive income 2 hours a day. And I've got some other goodies there for you too. Just go in and be curious and start learning a little bit more. Thanks for tuning in tonight. You are awesome. Listen, let's change that. The graveyard, let's make that graveyard not the wealthiest place in the world. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Have a great night.